Have you ever looked up at the sky and wondered, how the hell do these behemoths stay afloat in the sky like it's nothing, but little me stays glued to the ground? Well, wonder no more, my friends, because we will explore how this phenomenon works and the history and functions behind it. Almost anything that flies has wings. It's essentially become the indicator of the ability to fly, be it emblems, logos, animals, or vehicles. So why is that? Why do wings make things fly? Well, it's all thanks to something called the Bernoulli's principle, obviously named after someone called Bernoulli. This Bernoulli is Daniel Bernoulli. And what's special about this Bernoulli is that his family didn't want him to be the person he is. Daniel Bernoulli is an 18th century Swiss scientist, born into a wealthy family filled with big names, such as Johann Bernoulli, his father, and Jacob Bernoulli, his uncle. They weren't just any scientists. They were some of the best mathematicians of Europe at the time. You see, the only problem is that they were competitive. Like, very competitive. And this caused family problems for poor little Daniel. Growing up, little Bernoulli was pushed by his father to become a merchant before studying to become a physician, because he believed mathematics didn't pay much. Daniel Bernoulli didn't like the idea and secretly fell into the rabbit hole of mathematics and physics while studying medicine. What's funny is Daniel became so good at it that he threatened his father's reputation, and naturally competitive, Johann did not like that at all. Their relationship deteriorated even further after they tied during a scientific competition held by the French Academy of Sciences. Later on, Daniel Bernoulli would go on to publish his book Hydrodynamic in 1738, which included the core idea of Bernoulli's principle itself. Suspiciously though, a few years later, Johann Bernoulli published a book called Hydraulica, and backdated it to make it appear as if he discovered some of the ideas first. Bernoulli's principle didn't appear overnight. At the time, the scientific revolution was in full swing, and people were trying to understand how fluids worked, from rivers, pumps, fountains, water wheels, and even blood circulation. People didn't think the same laws governing solids could also explain fluids, until Daniel tried assuming they did. And that's when he tried applying Newtonian physics to fluids. And it worked. By assuming all energies held constant, pressure, kinetic, and potential, then changing one variable should change the other. And it did just that, leading to his famous conclusion of faster fluid equals lower pressure. You can see this phenomenon when I blow on this sheet of paper. The lower pressure air sucks up the paper, making it horizontal. Like all major breakthroughs, everybody raised their eyebrow. Their reasoning is the complete opposite of Bernoulli's findings. It was believed that the faster fluid was moving, the lower pressure it has, like how when water trickles down your hand, compared to when your hand is sprayed with a hose. But our star here showed the complete opposite happens, and gradually, experiment after experiment proved it. And now, the fun starts. Here's a fun thing you can do right now at home. Buy an airplane. Cut off the wings. Now look at the side profile. This shape you're seeing right now is called an airfoil. It utilizes Bernoulli's principle to generate a force called lift, which lifts the aircraft. As you can see, the top of the airfoil is bent while the bottom is relatively flat. When the aircraft is moving forward, air is coming in from the front and flows around both sides of the airfoil. The shape of the airfoil creates a pressure field around it. This pressure field accelerates the airflow above the wing, like how a hill causes a rolling ball to speed up as it moves downhill. And according to Bernoulli's principle, the faster moving air on top of the wing creates a region of lower pressure, creating lift and pulling the wing upwards with a suction-like effect. Also, as air passes over the wing, the shape of the airfoil causes it to be pushed downwards. And according to Newton's third law, the air pushes back on the wing with an equal and opposite force, further increasing lift. You've probably experienced this for yourself if you ever stuck your hands outside of a car window and noticed it getting magically lifted or violently pulled down when you tilt your hands slightly in either direction. Now, airfoil is a broad and ever-expanding term, with more and more airfoil designs being developed with their own strengths and purpose to solve their own problems. Some for airplanes, some for helicopters, some for wind turbines, and some even create the opposite of lift, called downforce, like the ones used in motorsport by simply flipping the airfoil design upside down. Bernoulli's principle is considered one of the foundations of modern engineering, be it aeronautical, maritime, automotive, or HVAC engineering. It's helped reduce global gas emissions by hundreds of millions of tons via wind turbines, made motorsport more exciting to watch, and helped shape the entirety of the aeronautical industry. Thank you for watching until the end. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. Shout out to Daniel Bernoulli. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a nice day.